Welcome to another episode of Roll or Die. We have for you another heavily accented Portuguese speaking Brazilian today for our podcast. This guy is pretty well known, particularly if you compete, and you may have seen him as a referee. He is a highly accomplished jiu-jitsu athlete, fourth degree black belt, head coach at Revolution Jiu-Jitsu Academy in Melton, and we're really looking forward to getting to know Rodolfo Marques. Thanks for joining us, Rodolfo.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for coming on, Rodolfo. It's really good to see you and great to have you on for us to hear a little bit about your story, mate. So can you take us back to your first memories of jiu-jitsu and how you found jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, in Brazil, it's really popular. We starting with capoeira. Capoeira is a Brazilian mixed martial arts. No, it's really cheap. You can play anywhere. You don't need much things, and that's pretty much what everyone started on. Soccer or capoeira. And back in the day, jiu-jitsu was quite expensive because you need mats, you need buy a gi, and no, you're talking about third world country, no, that is like not many people can afford to buy a gi or something like that. And I really had some friends doing jiu-jitsu, and they was telling me, no, jiu-jitsu was better than capoeira, and especially if I want to compete. And that's pretty much how everything started. We started pretty much back in the day, the mat I started training was sand mats. It was really small sand mats. That's like I believe like no 1 year later that like they stopped making that mat, but was really old mats, and we starting really small space. There was one person had a gi, everyone else was like no gi. And yeah, pretty much was like that small space. The guy started training, his name was Che Tavares. He's one of my good friends. And yeah, pretty much how I started.
How old were you, mate? When your first lesson, how old were you?
I could say compare now, I was quite old. I was already living on my own. I was pretty much thinking 19 years when I started jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And where in Brazil was that, Rodolfo? Which city?
Yeah, when I came from Rio, but before I moved to Rio capital, was living in Rio State because the state's so big. It was a few hours probably from São Paulo, and yeah, that's pretty much how it started and how the thing was developed. And I was, you know, want to get a better place, and they're starting moving more towards the cities where I have a proper training, proper gym. When I decide, yes, I want to move to Rio, and I want to do this for my life. I want to start doing jiu-jitsu, mixed martial arts.
Yeah. Did you play football like when you were young? Like were you a sporty kid? Like were you always looking to do something?
Yeah, I did. I played soccer probably from my 8 to 15. We was playing in that small club where I was living. That pretty much every once a year they have like a excursion. They put all kids in that bus and they go state by states playing soccer for all type of teams. We went to Paraguay and Argentina in '97. I remember '97. We went
Yeah.
to play soccer there. I think it was really good. Like how can I say opportunity, playing soccer. I could meet new friends, go
Yeah.
to another country, and yeah, soccer was a big thing in Brazil.
And tell us about you coming to Australia. What brought you from Brazil over here?
Yeah, when I came to Australia, I can say I wasn't 100% coach or professor because I was doing no, I was mixed martial arts, MMA fighter, trying that contract for FC or a big organization, and was in Brazil. I already my daughter probably born 6 or 7 months early, and life was getting harder with a child. No all the time you could get a fight, a good payment. And then remember, we had a sponsor in that restaurant that everyone, pretty much everyone of our gym that was professional fighters was sponsored by them. And every day, that's what to do. You train in the morning, 12 o'clock, everyone had lunch together. And my master said, guys, Marcelino already there. We got 2 more opportunities to go to Australia and teach. That's what you guys want to be getting to teach there for a month. What do you guys think? And the first thing everyone said, no, 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 no. You want to keep chasing that dream. And I went for this, no home. Talk back in the day with my ex-partner and started to think, oh man, the things is going so hard. I'll ask him not more questions. And then when I asked him more questions, if I could go there and maybe if I keep training, I could reach a good organization. Say, yeah, 100%. MMA is not, it's a global. Where you go, you will have MMA fighters, you want to have a shows. And that's when the idea, no, I really decide. And I told him, Master, if you still have the opportunity, I want to go. I want to give a better life for my family. And that's when everything started.
So your MMA journey, your mixed martial arts journey, what age did you start that? Like, so you started jiu-jitsu when you were about 19, but were you doing other martial arts before that, or were you just at 19 like, hey, let's go fight?
Now I was 19, and that's what I tell everyone here. If I was working already, if I didn't have a job that day and the gym open for 3 sessions, I'll be there morning, afternoon, and night, or morning, midday class and night. Always, if I had the time, I'll be making the class. And the first thing, my coaching in the city I was living, called Resende, he said, "Oh, you're doing really well. You wanna fight before you even call MMA, you call Vale Tudo. Do you wanna fight?" I was thinking, say, yeah, why not? And I even asked about the pay, not how much you wanna get unpaid. Some friends was saying, man, you're crazy. If you lose a teeth, you know how much you wanna get to fight. If you lose a teeth, you're done. You wanna get so much lead and this and that. Say, you need to start from somewhere, no? And yeah, I started pretty much. I was blue belt, pretty much going to purple. I did my first MMA fight was blue belt. Like it's so funny because I was blue belt and ended up finishing a fight by TKO with knees. When I went for my second fight as to blue belt, I think on my third fight, I was purple. But no, always focus in jiu-jitsu and train everything else.
And how many MMA fights have you done? Did you keep going throughout until you got all the way through the belts, or then stopped around the purple?
Nah, what in our gym in Rio or Brazil, no, Nova Union is pretty much everyone like everyone do jiu-jitsu. If you have MMA fight or if you wanna become MMA fighter, master always say or professor say, guys, start training boxing, it'll be important for you, or Muay Thai, start training wrestling, but don't stop training jiu-jitsu. If for some reason I don't have an MMA fight, I'll be there every day training jiu-jitsu. And like people say, no gi. I was training no gi more to do MMA stuff. If you don't have any fight, nothing come up, you just train jiu-jitsu. And that's what everyone does there, train jiu-jitsu.
So you were training, when you could 3 times a day, and then you went blue belt, purple belt relatively quickly, would you say? Like, how long did it take for you to get your black belt?
Like with me, I took 1 year to get my blue, pretty much 1 year to get my purple, 1 year, a few months, I think I get my brown. I think in my brown, I stay 1 year, pretty much 6 months or 7 months, my brown, and then black. But yeah, that was I tell everyone. When I moved to Rio, I was working that company, Volkswagen. Everyone know Volkswagen. It was like building trucks in Brazil. Was a company that pay a good amount. I was just saving money, saving money. I went to Brazil. Brazil, no, I went to Rio. And I moved to Rio for 1 year. In 1 year, I didn't work. I saved money for 1 year. In 1 year, and people already know. Oh, you need someone. Call Rodolfo. Why? Because he live close to the gym and he's not working. And then when they need help, they call me. I have a friend. He's for me one of the best on jiu-jitsu. His name is Marco Loro. And I know that to teach a private class on your own is so hard. When you teach someone probably below blue belt or purple, it's so hard to teach. But when you train on a color belts, makes it a little bit easy. But some position they can't see properly. And he always say, "Hey, you want to learn something?" I say, "Yes, come." You do few, but the student be doing more because he's paying. But you come and help me with him. I say, okay. And because he was MMA fighter as well, he was tired about the all session, all day, in the gym training. But you should have to make some money as well doing private. And for me, it was like so nice be able to go and to be part of that private session, learning from him because he was like a really good player and I'm not. I wasn't paying off. I just there with my body to help and learn, and it was great that time.
And tell us about you as a referee. There's many people that say you're probably one of the best referees in Australia. What uh, what do you think makes that of you that you're so good as a referee compared to the
Like
others?
I tell my partner all the time, and she think I put this out. I'm not put out there, but I tell her, especially a big competition like Pampex come up. You have one day before the the program training for the referees, and like it's really good. Another day you feel so fresh, everything fresh here. The new things come up, everything was changed, and always I tell her, today I'll be the best on the field. But the best in the field for me, you'll be the guy who'll be like it doesn't matter if you being the best in a day, you should commit some mistakes, but like small mistakes that don't really change the fight or something like that. And that's what I tell her all the time. And about your question, when I started having, was pretty much more about the money. 1 hour you was doing hour work hour rest. My hour I have to be on a mat. I was sweating, cold. I don't want to be there. I just was looking at time all the time. Oh, 10 more minutes, 5 more minutes. Why? Because it's a job like not many people want to be there. Be screamed by parents, the people tend to don't know what you're doing, even if you gotta pay it, but still, no, it's a type of job. I don't think not many people you wanna be there. And for me, it was like when I was there, I was like always like no scared, but I always was things. I can't wait to finish. If they say, "Oh, there is a black belt match. Do you wanna do?" I say, "No, no, no. Put anyone else. Not me. Not me." But now by the years now studying more pretty much every ring competition here there I'm confident what I'm doing now always when I look for a fight I'm not looking for a fight as a how can I say as during someone or as a fan always when I look at the fight I look as a referee I always look for mistakes to see if he has something in the fight. I'm not looking for the fight. Oh, the guy submit that guy. That submission was crazy. Always look. Now, oh, that what he did was wrong because this he could be doing by the rules. No, I'm start looking. I always, if I see a match, I always looking for the side as a referee to see if the fight was nice. But yeah,
Do you think that refereeing, Rodolfo, has helped you with your jiu-jitsu?
100% not only for my jiu-jitsu, but with the way you teach the kids. I don't have a much adults competing. Pretty much my whole gym that competes the kids, and my kids they go compete pretty much on like almost gray belt, gray white belt, because as a referee, I see a lot of kids coming. You can see for the face everything they like. And they say, please look at each other. I say combate. They keep looking, they don't know what to do. And that's what I tell my kids. Say, look, you wanna compete, you need minimum know what are you doing there. You see that kids come, they shake their hands, they lower their level, they're ready to start compete. Kids like that, you know what, they already doing this for a little while. They know what they come for. And I think that's really important. Not just kids, anyone. You let someone want to compete, they should know about the point score. They should know about a lot of things, especially about the words. People say, judo. If you do judo, you need to learn how to count in Japanese. A lot of everything is Japanese pretty much. Jiu-jitsu, three commands. Combat, parou, stop. It's pretty much this. Heavy doesn't talk to you. No? Or if they say foul, but like it's pretty much foul that foul. You be English is not that hard to understand, and that kids competing or even adults pretty much every month there is competition. They learn as well how to compete. No,
And what about for new referees coming in? What advice would you give to someone that's refereeing their first tournament or still a novice referee?
yeah. Well, I think when I was starting, I was annoying because always when I see my friends black belt, that's always like Heffering, like Marcelino Freitas, Thiago Faceroli, Gustavo Faceroli, Thiago Stefanuri, anyone that I know, I came and said, look, happened this is my method. And I did this. Pretty much they say, oh, nah, this is wrong. No, this is right. College Portuguese many times. Look, a big mistake I was doing. Someone come, neon belly, they get a mount, they get off the mount, they go neon belly again, and boom. Then when they start teaching me jiu-jitsu progressive, you need to progress with the points, no, and with the transition. You can't give it two, they get a mount, they get off the mount, go neon belly two, his corner two, and they give it two. And then that's one thing. Carlo was long, he was one him and other people say, oh, progressive, this, that. And always few people was telling me, no, some advice. And one thing I see a lot of new people starting now, they there, but like if you probably you don't have any question, you know everything. I see anything happen, America, anywhere. I see a video, I send to Alex Paz, I send to Gustavo, anyone probably know more than me, and they say, oh, do you think this is right? Is wrong? Because I want to know. Could be happening for me as well. And they always give me good tips, advice, and it's pretty much that. I think who's starting, who's one starting, having, they need to study, know all type of positions. And one big thing happening a lot, that's why I talk with my friends. You be studying that in a book and you be in person having, it's different. In a book, there is no pressure. There's no speed. No, someone jump guard don't come out. What it was? No, sometimes too quick even for us to see what's happening, and most of the time happen. And no, you need to study a lot. Starting with small competition, starting a trainee, starting no watching a lot of games, understand why this. And yeah, that's I think everyone starting asking more questions for who's like for the person knows more than them.
It seems like you look at it like jiu-jitsu, like, you have a jiu-jitsu coach, you look at, techniques with jiu-jitsu, so you learn to get better at jiu-jitsu. So you're looking at refereeing like exactly the same, right? So it's not, oh, I do jiu-jitsu, so sometimes I'll referee. Like you're actually actively trying to get better at refereeing, like you look at matches and then you decide, yeah, okay, I would points here or whatever it might be. So for all referees, I think that's an amazing thing to do, to keep learning, right? But that's how you get better at jiu-jitsu. That's how you get better at refereeing.
Yeah, 100%. Because if you see how many guards do we have now on jiu-jitsu? Back in the day, jiu-jitsu was really basic. You do close guard, half guard, hooks in guard, butterfly, de la riva, 50 guard, 50 feet pretty much was one of the new guards when it came. Now we have a Z guard, key guard. How many guards do we have? One guard, reverse de la riva, have so many things and so many techniques.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm telling you, some back in the day they say zero. I say what zero? What's the guard? For us it's still the guard. For me, it's still half guard with a shield there. But no, you should have a new different entries. K guard, pretty much the same. And yeah, especially for who's competing, you have to know the rules. I remember long ago, I think was Rodolfo Vieira competing, and always was like that. His coach say, the 20 seconds go, and now it's time to do something. This time pass, try to do something. When he faced, boom, 20 seconds again. Now, 20-second rest a little bit, starting again. 20 seconds pretty much is a good time to rest. If you really work with your coach and follow the rules, you can try anything 20 seconds. 20 seconds just to breathe. Start again. Start again. Yeah, like know the rules, you make your life so much easier when it comes to compete because most of the time you lose by the rules because like you're already doing some, you're already probably winning by the decision because the person that will try so much more the submission or any progression. Fight's about to finish. If you wanna do anything like a crazy, you was already winning, but you need to have a coach that tell you this. You like you win, stay there. 30 seconds to finish. No one wanna give you a penalty. And if you give, you have another 10 seconds. Still. And if you're losing by 2 points, by one advantage, you win. But if you still draw and everything and you have a penalty, probably gonna be losing.
And what about for the competitors out there? What sort of advice would you tell them? What are the things you're looking for when you make a referee decision? When the match is even and you're the one that decides who's the winner, what are the things that you're looking for?
Yeah, what's finish any jiu-jitsu match is a submission, no? And always, if there's no submission, then they need to look for the score. And sometimes can be like that. I'm almost sweep you, you almost pass my guard, but I try triangle, you end up defending. Oh, that was pretty much same. One almost sweep, one almost pass, but that guy had submission temp. I think he deserved because he had the submission temp. What you can't do is this. In the beginner, you do a guillotine, the guy defend, get advantage, and after that, he was all like almost passing your guard, get probably one advantage, and almost try so much more. It's not because the someone did a sub in the beginning of the game, assemble no attachment for the sub, and after that he was dominate, should defending everything, protecting himself, and let pass. I'll do for the pressure was more not during the Zametic was 5 minutes, 4 minutes trying everything, but he was able to get the points. And then I'll probably be doing for that press. But what I think is this Jiu-Jitsu, it's easy when one wanna play on bottom and one wanna play on top. Because that person wanna play on bottom, they don't take too long to pull guard. They come pull guard, and the person wanna be on top to try and pass. Jiu-Jitsu makes this like that. The big things wanna get two guys, special heavyweights. They wanna be on top and start that push and pull. That take like nowhere. And sometimes I start saying, like, who's push more? Who's the one give it the win? And that's the reason sometimes if they make the grip, hold for such a long time, not doing nothing, I penalize both. When I should not penalize both, boom, one pull guard, and then the jiu start. And why it takes so long to no to take the fight to the floor and starting really fighting? Because you just pretty much you need to go on the floor. One on top on board, it doesn't matter who is, but you must go on the floor.
It's funny that you say that because it's one of the things for me that I find frustrating with probably more no-gi, like when you look at high level, 80cc sort of style um, no-gi jiu-jitsu where you've got two people who, two men who are 100 kilos plus, and they just stand there and just push each other for ages on the feet. You're like, this is so boring. And then you get, two 55-kilo females who just go straight into doing jiu-jitsu straight away. You're like, this is what I want to watch, So it is interesting how you see the two different styles, um, of I want to see jiu-jitsu, and for the most part, jiu-jitsu happens on the ground, So it's nice to see, a referee also wanting to see that. So it's like, well, I'll give penalties until somebody actually creates action, right? So that's awesome.
Yeah, if you see, put a white belt, they fight for 5 minutes. They spend 2 minutes pushing each other, forward, backwards. And then if the fight goes on the floor 2 minutes and a half, they have another 2 minutes and a half now to try to do something.
Yeah.
Like yesterday during the Savage Grappling, I think I have two juvenile kids. They was blue, was amazing. One put each other down. When I was almost to give the points, one up, and there's no advantage, no advantage. And like the fight was forward and backwards, they trying things, and during the 3 seconds they was doing everything to don't let the opponent consolidate or get the pass, the sweep, anything. And then in the day, I really have to see who's trying so much more to get that points to pass, sweep, or take down. When the fights happen like that, it's really even. It's different. You still can see happy to take it down, but then was able to consolidate. There is a pass, but they was able to consolidate. The thing is, you make it double grip here, collar, Collins leave and do not. You just push each other forward and backwards on the same spot. And then even for the person watching, and that's not the worst. When you finish, always have the coach, oh, why that guy won? Sometimes I say, probably because he pushed a little bit more. But pretty much this, they don't do much, what I'm going to say.
And Rodolfo, what about English? Did you know English in Brazil before you came to Australia, or did you learn it here?
That was a really funny story because when Marcelino Freitas, he came first than us. To be honest, who came really, really long ago was Bruno Bastos. He was back in the day at Nova Neon. And John Dunhill, he was one of the main, the one and main coach at Extreme back in the day when he was bringing coach. Marcelino came first and asked, no, another guys asked, and what about the English they speak? Blah, blah. Marcelino, yeah, you'll be fine. First day we came, no one understanding nothing, especially because Portuguese and English like is really opposite. In Portuguese, you say like car blue, say blue car. And when I came, I knew some words, but everything was opposite, not a spot. The way I was saying, guys, let's go. Jack jumps. Like
Yeah.
everything I say was like that, and some people was doing, and I pretty much in the class say, guys, I don't care if I say wrong. You can come and tell me, hey coach, not that way you say it that way, and I'd be grateful because you're teaching me. I think Australia is pretty good who's learning English because it's really hard to see someone laughing of you. Even if you see something that does not make sense at all, they still try to help you. And yeah, when I came, my English was zero. Before I came to Australia, I was for 1 month in Malaysia. My friend, he was a one championship fighter. He said, "Come stay 1 month for me. I need someone to help with me with the class because I need to train." And the first thing, I put a big list of all techniques names, and then I had a friend over there putting all names in English, and after that say like all parts of the body. Because I need to say what's grip. Grip back in the day, I don't know what's grip, and then I have to put it all the body, like the members, like the head, the shoulder, elbow, and that's pretty much how it started. I was lucky because Marcelino, he was living, I think, in Australia pretty much for 2 or 3 years. Pretty much, I think it was 3 years when I came, and I didn't have enough classes, and pretty much I was teaching just the kids on my own. Another class, all class, I have to teach Marcelino, and I was watching him teaching, and I think his English is amazing. And I was learning from him. He was telling me if you wanna learn better English, uh, Marcelo Garcia, he teaching really good way. It's really good learning English for him. And sometimes I was watching Marcelo Garcia, not for his technique, just to see how he teach the English, the way he speak. My English, I think it should not the best, but I always do my best to tell me I understand what I'm saying.
Mate, I think your English is really, really good. Like, how long have you been in Australia for now?
Yes.
I'll say 10 years.
13 years you'll be
Yeah,
in the year.
yeah. Like your English is perfect, like zero problems. And it's what I find with because we do obviously get a lot of the Brazilian people coming on, and sometimes and I do it, so don't worry about like searching for the word to use.
Oh
So
yeah.
you don't do that a lot. Like I'm like I speak English, right? That's the only language I speak, and I still like get stuck on words and like try to search for a word. Whereas it seems to me like as you guys are speaking English more and more and more, you start to think in English and not in Portuguese to then speak English. Does that make sense? So like you're having a conversation actually in English as opposed to switching it from Portuguese to English. So I think you're doing amazing, mate.
Yeah, I think you should have a lot of words that you sometimes, oh man, I forget that word and then keep it. No, when you stop the whole conversation, starting thinking, sometimes you want to get your phone, Google Translate what you're saying. But what's helping me a lot, helping me so much, was one thing. Like, I have to say this. Marcelino, he guided me so good when I came to Australia. The first thing he said, that's the thing happened in Brazil. And sometimes I can even say here, it's not, I don't like Brazilians sometimes. I don't like people that come from Brazil and they think they can do the same thing they do in Brazil, they can do here. And you can't because the rules here, the law, everything is really work. It's not like that. Ah, like first thing, when I came, a boy push bike, Marcelino, put your helmet. If you don't put your helmet, they want to stop you, they want to be annoyed. No, in Brazil, you don't have that thing. You push bike, doesn't matter which side to go. No, no, you have to go the same way the car goes. That was the first thing. That since I started driving Victoria or Australia, I never had a problem because I had to push back first
Yeah.
and I had to follow the way. If the car goes that side, I have to go that side. In Brazil, no, car could be go the way. It can become opposite way. No one cares. They just put the bike on the street. And I don't listen to Brazilian music so much like some people. I don't watch nothing in Portuguese. I work as a trade as well, and we know to work as a trade, you need to listen really well because when they start to speak, sometimes it. For me, I have no problem to understand them, but that was the thing helped me a lot. Like it's not I don't like Brazil, but I understand my life now is in Australia.
Yeah.
Everything I do is pretty much feel like the only thing to be honest I don't do much is go in a wing club on a footy game or anything. I like to watch footy. I don't understand much about the rules,
Yeah.
but without jiu-jitsu and MMA, sometimes in my home I put some Brazil. I don't like to put Brazilian music as well for one reason. I go in my car, some Aussie, my partner's Aussie, everyone Aussie. I'll put Brazilian music. Who's understand? Just myself. I don't like when I go anywhere. I see a Indian, blah, blah, they speak this, and I'm like, so what are they saying? Yeah, I'll stay there. Even I'm on the conversation, but no. And yeah, I don't speak much Portuguese because like my all Brazilian friends back in the day was living really close to each other. Thiago ended up leaving to Brazil. Gustavo ended up going to Queensland. Marcelino live now another side the city. I'm living on the side. Ivan, I talk to Antonio pretty much because we need working together, not in a competition. What time you want to be there? You need to get more referees, and like that. That's pretty much my Portuguese I talk during the day with him. And if I call any other friend still living here, but they're not that close anymore. And in my life, my son he don't speak Portuguese. That's the big thing here in my home. Why? Because I leave so early in the morning to work, go straight to the gym, back home pretty much 8:30, 9 p.m. every night. And then when I start to tell him some things, brother, speak English, mom, English, sister, English. And sometimes I tell him, you have Brazilian. No, I'm not Brazilian. I'm Aussie. I born in Australia. I say, no. I say, and your name is not Rafael. Your name is Rafael. Because in Portuguese, you don't say Ra, you say Ha. He said, no, my name is not Rafael. My name is not Rafael. My name is Rafael. I said, but I'll call this. He speak few things in Portuguese that his mom told him. I say some stuff with him, especially on my angry, and I see some stuff. And now I was saying to him because I don't want to be rude, like shut up. I just be quiet or something. I say in Portuguese, and now he knows he's be quiet. This and he tell his brother and sister here, you cala a boca. Cala a boca, you know. Shut up and say, don't speak like that. Only me can speak like that.
You mentioned about the letter R, which is a hard letter for the Brazilians to say. In Portuguese, you don't have the R's. Can you tell us the story about Red Rooster or Head Rooster?
Oh, that was a really, really big thing because Brazil's, I don't know, not just Brazil, a lot of countries. If you go to Malaysia, if you go to Japan, any country, 10 p.m., everything's open, shoppings everywhere. Life's there going to late, late midnight. And first week I came here, 5, 6 o'clock. I told my friend I was in his house. His name was Valba. He was another Brazilian came back in the day. He said, let's go get us something to eat. He said, let's go have a mall here, have a shopping center. Let's go there. When I get there, empty the car park. I said, man, what's happening? I didn't know. 4 o'clock, shopping center closed. Sunday, 5, you know. And then I said, oh, what, man, now? And where I was living back in the day, Ruin Good, have a soul man, a red rooster. I said, let's go on one of them. They went. And then when I met Tegan, my partner now, and she said, oh, I don't know, for some reason I said, nah, I don't like hedge rooster. He said, huh? I said, hedge rooster. He said, no, it's not hedge rooster, it's a red rooster. I said, okay. But that's another thing I learned as well. Learning the vocabulary, no? Is a Portuguese. A is a A. B is a B. Because I have to learn the vocabulary makes it a little bit easier as well the way we speak. Like a lot of Brazilian I know they shouldn't this. Like I was living in Chadston, and then back in the day, people, where you go now? I'm going to Chadston because now in Portuguese everything is finished with e. They say like for I, Chadstone. I say okay, and like you see a lot of Brazilians say I'm a black belt.
Yeah.
They don't say I'm black belt. Say I'm black belt. You have all that things, and because the way we speak over there, they end up even a lot of people say they have a really good English, but they still say few things like that.
But I find that's what we find so endearing. Like that's one of the things that we love about the Portuguese language. It's like when you guys speak Portuguese and you say, "Oh, the black belchy," we're like, "Ah, that's so funny." Like I remember when I first got into jiu-jitsu, and I kept talking about Roger Gracie. And like my main training partner, this guy Paul at the time, he's like, "It's not Roger, mate. It's Hodger." I'm like, "No, it's Roger." Like he's like, "It's not. It's Hodger." I'm like, "Ah, okay." So anytime you see that now, like it has to be even for an English speaking person. It's like no, you can't say it's Roger Gracie. It has to be Hodger. So yeah, I love it, mate. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, my first name, my real name is José. But because in Brazil is so many José and Maria, I don't really tell people my name is José. I could say here because there is no many here, but in Brazil, if you be anywhere you call José, 10 people be turn around and look who's calling them. Or Maria. And when anyone, even in my gym, they say, "Oh, sorry, what's your name?" And then, oh, they remember for the what's the name? The Santa, the Rudolph, the ready Hannah, the Renana, the
Yep, yep,
the
yep,
Rudolph the
see
yep.
that they
Red-Nosed
Rudolph.
say Rudolph. I say, yeah, you can call me Rudolph. I don't mind. But sometimes they say, no, my name is like a H, Rodolfo, and they make this because pretty much the way or like Ronaldo. Everyone call Ronaldo. No, it's not Ronaldo, it's a Ronaldo. And I say, everyone ask my name, say put a H. Forget about the R, Rodolfo.
Thank you so much, Rodolfo, for giving up all your time. It's been a really great getting to know you. We just have a few pop quiz questions here at the end that Brent is going to fire away at you now. Very easy questions.
Not a problem.
All right, mate. You can answer these with one or two words, or you can take some time, mate. It's totally up to you.
Okay.
Now, iPhone or Samsung?
iPhone.
Beautiful. Strength or flexibility?
Flexibility.
Yeah. Uh, pasta or rice?
Pasta.
What's your favorite belt that you've been at? You weren't on blue, purple, or brown for very long, mate. So, what's the favorite belt that you've had?
To be honest, blue.
Blue. Yeah. Okay.
We
Yeah, that's
haven't.
cool.
Some people
Blue, because I think white, I was that process. You lost pretty much because you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Back in the day when I started, I was doing a lot of top game, and
Yeah.
then when they switched me, I didn't know what to do on bottom. I said, I need to learn bottom game, and then the blue. That's where I think start learning more jiu-jitsu. You know, lose more easily. You know more things. No, and then from there, if you really learn, everything started getting a little bit easier. But white belt, not that belt was hard, but sometimes I lost because I didn't know what to do. And the blue, you see a lot of blue belts get a lot of experience, and people, as soon as they get the blue belt above, they get them better and better.
I like it. Do you prefer gi or no gi?
Yeah, 100%.
Champion. I love it. All right, mate. I've got two more for you. Um, these will define you as an Australian now, actually. So, can you drive a manual car?
My car's a manual.
You're a legend.
If you was waiting for that, I never be a Aussie then because I do Uber sometimes,
Yeah,
and then people say, "Oh, I never see a Uber manual car." I say, "Where I came from, people just drive manual car."
yeah,
And like you have something to do in a car, you're not just bored.
yeah. Perfect. And then the last one, mate. Do you wear Crocs?
Yes,
Yeah.
Crocs. That's a really funny story as well.
All right.
Tegan, when the Crocs come back with all that styles again, Tegan's, oh, I said, Tegan, my first Crocs I bought in 2011. When the first
Wow.
time I went to Japan, Japan is the place for the Crocs, if you wanna buy Crocs, and I bought from Japan. But since I back to Brazil, Crocs is rubber. This is like last forever. I put in some luggage, and then when everyone back to the Crocs, say I have one here, I even need to buy new one, and they start wearing Crocs. The only thing I don't use, and that's really Aussie, moccasin. Moccasin?
Yep.
Yeah, think I have one. Say no, that I don't like it much. It's not that beautiful.
Fantastic. Awesome. Thank you so much
That was
again, Rodolfo,
awesome.
for giving up your time. Sorry, was that done, Bretos? Was there any more?
Yeah, that was awesome. Hey, that
Yeah.
was really, really good. Thank you, Adolfo. We'll
Thank you,
finish
guys.
it
Thanks
there,
for having
mate.
me.
Yeah, you're super welcome anytime. Thank you for coming on. Just remember, guys, please like, rate, and share the episode. It's a great way for us to sort of reach as many people as we can, especially when we have awesome guests like Adolfo coming on. So tell your friends about it, tell your gym mates, tell your training partners. And Adolfo, thank you for coming on, mate. It was really cool to sit down and have a chat with you. We'll be looking forward to seeing you at the Pan Packs in a few weeks. And until then, mate, stay safe, look after yourself, and we'll see you all out on the mats very, very soon.
You guys too. Thank you so much.